Hello traders, how you guys doing? All right, so in this week in Forex, guys, there are three moves that is about to shake the market. All right, we don't want to miss them for any reason. Now remember that markets moves in waves, and these waves create pattern. So this week, guys, we're not just looking at the charts, we're standing right before three massive market shifts that could make or break any account. If you miss them, you'll be chasing the market all week, but if you catch them, ride the kind of moves traders dream about. Let's dive in. All right, so if you remember that, let's start with gold, guy, because this is interesting and fascinating. Now, this is gold 4 hours time frame. Remember, all our analysis is based on time frame, and sometimes when we spot a clear setup in 1 hour, we share with you guys. So let's just start with what happened last week. We forecasted there are 5 major moves that's about to happen, and gold is one of them. So let me just play with you. Okay, let me just play for you one of the analysis we did last week on gold in 1 hour time frame, guys. All right, so this is for our student, but we went ahead to do it for you guys, so watch out. So from the 1 hour time frame, once the market opened on Sunday night, we're expecting them to sell gold to this point, okay, probably to this point. So this is one of the setup that we can see on gold. It's very it's going to be very volatile because this market is going to drop, and we expect. All right, so you've seen that yourself. And what exactly happened? If I go to, let me just go to 1 hour before we start this, guys. Look at what happened. Textbook setup, guys. It happened just the way we expected it, guys. The market just dropped. The market dropped just that way from here to here. It dropped like a rocket, boom, and we made our profits. You can see the market hit the TP easily. So that's just the power of wave analysis, guys. So let's just dive into this week. Let's start with 4 hours as usual. What actually is happening and where are we going this week, guys? Now, so from what has happened in the gold so far, guys, you see the market has not actually done much, even though, yeah, this is an impulse on its own. So it's giving us this correction for. So how deep will this correction be? That's a bigger question, because after every impulse, there's a corrective move, and after every corrective move, there's an impulse and all that. So for now, what we can see on gold is whereby this correction is completed and there will be one more up. Now, why I will be conservative in analyzing this at this point until market gives us more data is that anything can happen at this time. Okay, remember the bigger picture, guys. This has given us this impulse correction here, and now the market has actually broken a structure here. So all things being equal, we're expecting this market to come and drop here to break this low again. But gold can be gold. It might decide to prove us that, okay, this is another impulse, this is a correction, and the market will be pushing high. So it just depends on what happened here at this point. So but just watch out for this. We have had this move here, corrective move, and we have this, and this is the last phase that is forming. So let's watch out and see how this one forms, whether it's going to break this to drop it. But look, bigger picture, we are still very bearish, guys. But before that next drop, there will be a spike. Okay, before that next drop, there will be a spike, which might be the trade that will be taken. We'll be taking that buy, guys. Okay, so if you want to catch that buy, just kindly join the Telegram group and you'll be glad you did. All right, so that's just what we have for now. Now let's take a look on BTC. All right, so BTC is an interesting one because this is where we are seeing a potential trade setup. Okay, so what happened last week, guys? Okay, last week when the market was actually here, we saw the potential of the market dropping. We saw the potential of the market dropping, but instead the market went up and closed above here. Yeah, it's still there, very bullish, because what the market has done in the past, it has given all this impulse correction, which is a very clear setup for us. This is a complete structure on its own. So, and then we have this impulse correction, impulse. This is a textbook clear setup. And what can we see after that? The market actually break the high, giving us that divergence that we dream of having. And then not only that, the market went now to break this low, breaking the structure. So now anytime you see this kind of clear setup, a 5 move wave giving you a divergence, coming back again to break the low is an indication that the market is ready to sell. So one of the big moves that we're expecting this week is for the market to give us this corrective move here and start selling. Okay, so and this will trap a lot of traders because they are still believing that BTC will keep pushing high to 200,000 and all that, which is good. But at the moment, based on the analysis in the market, based on the participants in the market, what we are expecting is for the market to come up at this point and start dropping. All right, because one thing you should understand, that opportunity like this don't just wait for anyone. The market punishes hesitation but reward preparation, and that is why you need to pay attention to wave analysis, because the most successful traders out there are not the one who take every trade, but the one who prepare for the right trade like this at the right time. So it's all about timing, guys. It's all about timing. So we just need to like time this market and wait until every parameter is in place. Then we now explore, and then we go and we catch this massive move. So this is what we're expecting in BTC this week. Let's watch out and see how it goes. All right, so let's take a look on the other pairs. Pound AUD. All right, so this is an interesting one, the pound AUD. Okay, so this one last week we caught it, guys, and we also made it clear that the market is still very much bullish. We bought this. We missed this, we bought this. So at this point you can see this is a very good textbook setup. This is what a kind of a leading diagonal. All right, so what do we expect after a leading diagonal? We expect a three-wave short move here and the market keep pushing high. So this is what we are waiting for a buy setup somewhere here. Okay, we wouldn't want this to drop deeply, but just within this place, just wait for a buy setup at this point. Any buy setup you see, guys, take it on this pair because it's set to go and it's very bullish. This is another potential move that we're expecting. Now the great pounds. Okay, the great pounds, we're already on a sell here. So what we're expecting on this is for the market to drop, and before it can give us the next move like this. Okay, so before it pushes high, this is what we're expecting on the pound. Okay, so we're expecting the market to drop and the market just open. All right, so because every parameter here, you say we have an impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. Now this is a clear 5 move, and what do we expect after a clear 5 move? At least a 3-wave move correction before the next phase happens. So this is just what we're expecting on the pound at the moment. All right, so let's take a look on EURUSD. All right, so the EURUSD actually follows the pound, but now we have its own dynamics in playing out. We have this impulse, we have this correction, we have this impulse, we have this correction here. So obviously we're expecting this market to break out and drop again. So this is what we can see at this point. All right, so once this market breaks this high, look for a sell. Look for a sell. In fact, this one will be a massive sell that will be taken. Once this market break this high, I'll be taking a sell to drop, because obviously once you see this market playing out this way, kind of, all right, in a wedge at this point after an impulse like this, you need to expect a massive drop before it continue pushing high. So we're expecting that massive drop to drop at least to this point, guys. At least to this point, we're expecting it to drop. But all things being equal, it must start this low. So this is next move that we're expecting on the Euro USD. The Euro Yen, guys. All right, so this was a massive one for us last week. We traded this, okay, because last week we forecasted that at this point, once the market break this high, it's going to drop. So which we actually entered the trade. We traded this, but we traded this on the 1 hour. So it was able to give us 1:3 at this point. So we exited the trade. But what is happening again, guys? In case you are just seeing this video at this time, this is still very valid. So we have had this impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse, a complete structure and a break of structure. Now we have this 3-wave move, so we're expecting the market to drop again, and this drop is the one that actually will break this low, at least to break this low before it keep pushing high. Okay, this is what we can see at the moment, right? So this market, once it open, we'll be looking for a sell. All right, the pound yen. So the pound yen, guys, what can we see? This market has actually gone to break this high, guys. Okay, so this is a structure on its own. So analyzing what just happened here, we're expecting the market to give us a corrective move, guys. So we'll be waiting for a sell setup. If you see this kind of structure, we'll be taking that sell to this point before we can see the next move of the pound yen. So at least to drop to this kind of valid order blocks here, so and or this one. So just watch out for a sell. That's all we can see at this point in pound yen. In dollar yen too, what can we see here? The same plan is playing out here. Last week we expected the market to come up here to tag before it dropped, but instead the market dropped without tagging this point. That's why, you know, sometimes you can miss a trade. So what happened? What then did we do last week? We actually missed this sell, and but when it now dropped to this point, guys, okay, and I can show you exactly what we did. When the market dropped to this point, then we saw a setup that will recognize a complete structure on this move. So we took a buy. We took a buy here. 1:3 clear structure. We exited at this point. Okay, so that's the power of wave analysis. Even though when you miss a trade, you can actually look for another opportunity when the market has aligned based on the defined parameters. So we took a buy and we exited. So you can see that the market is just going in between these trends. Okay, so anything can happen at this point. You know, remember the bigger picture, guy. The bigger picture, the market has actually broken this trend, so it's trading below this. So but what we can see here is let the market complete this wave, because look at what happened here. It has broken this first mono wave here, so we're expecting the market to come up again. Okay, so maybe this might be the one that keep pushing high, or because of the way it has given us this three-wave move here. Okay, remember the market just gave us this three-wave move here. We're expecting it to come up here before it dropped, but instead it started dropping at this point. So that means it might mean that this corrective move is over, because we have seen at least three wave, and from here the market can keep pushing high. All right, so that's just something that you must have in back of your mind. But in case you want to drop, okay, we must expect something like this. Come up, drop them before we go. So let's watch out and see how this thing forms will tell us the next ways where we're going. All right, so let's take a look on the pound Swiss. All right, the pound Swiss also, we are very bearish here too, because we just expected the market to breathe out. That's just all. That's all we are crying out for here, guys. Okay, the market has given us an impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. So what do we expect? Let the market just breathe out, give us a three-wave move before it keep pushing high, and which is healthy for every healthy market. So this is what we can see. Let the market breathe out. Okay, I think we are on sell. We sold it at this top. We are still holding that sell because we believe that this move is not over, guys. We are expecting a three-wave move which is not over. So let's watch out and see when it will be over. Then we might, at this point, is where our take profit is. Audi Swiss. All right, so remember what we said on Audi Swiss last week, guys. You know, when we're here, I told you we are only looking for a sell, all because we have seen an impulse, a correction, an impulse, a correction, an impulse, which is a very clear textbook pattern. So from here, we'll be expecting a sell, and that sell actually have started. But you know, the momentum is not that very much aggressive here. What do we expect? Audi Swiss not a kind of major pair. So obviously, we are still expecting that sell, but just watch out and see how it goes and drop again. So this is what we are still expecting. Believe you me, this sell is what we're expecting to break this low. Okay, we're expecting this sell to come to break this low, but it might take time, might take months on these pairs. Okay, but let's just watch out. So any sell setup that we see here, we'll be taking that sell without thinking twice. Euro pound. Okay, so here it was a very clear textbook setup for us last 2 weeks, guys. When we're here, after breaking the structure, gave us this three-wave, we took a sell, boom, exited. So at this point, what do you expect? Now the market might come up here before it drops again. So watch out for something like this, where the market actually will give you a perfect running flat. Okay, perfect running flat. So I should take this out here. It has played out. So let's watch out for this. Watch out for these guys. So from here, there is a valid order block here. So just watch out for something like this to happen. Okay, something like this to happen. Then from there, the market might keep dropping. So, but before then, you know, on the lower time frame, guys, there will be a clear buy setup at this point. Okay, there will be a clear buy setup at this point. If you want to catch those setup, kindly join our Telegram group, because we'll be positioning ourselves for a buy setup, because I've seen one now. So all we are waiting for is market to give us that confirmation at this point. then we're taking that buy to this, which is a very good trade if it plays out that way. The New Zealand, okay. All right, so this is a very perfect one. Remember last week we were here and I told you guys watch out for something like this to tag this, but now the market just ended here and start dropping. So this is an indication that this move is over. So this move is over, guys, and now we have this sharp sell. So what do we expect? Let's market give us three-way move and done. Okay, so and this is what we can see, and this market is going to drop to break this low, and that's what we're expecting. Let the market drop to break this low, and by breaking this low, that would be a complete structure for us: impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. So from here we're looking for a buy to the moon. So let's watch and see how this thing plays out. So this is one of the clear setup that we are seeing, but patience is the key here. Watch out for these guys coming to this point, then you drop. So this is what we can see. The dollar card, okay, so dollar card actually has given us a 3 clear 5 move setup here, so which we're expecting the market to at least give us this drop, but you know the way the market is reacting, but anything is possible. Let the market just open and we watch out to see whether it will complete this move, because this move is expected, guys. It's expected on this pair. Like, but let's just watch and see how the market reacts when it opens. So but we are still very much bearish. All right, you can see we took a sell, which we are still holding. Okay, so but we are still very much bearish on this pair, all because we're expecting the market to play along with these patterns that is forming. Let's take a look on the card yen. So on the card yen, guys, the market actually broken the structure and the trend. So everything here can be considered as a mono wave. Everything here can be considered as a mono wave. So what do we expect as the market comes here? Let's watch out the market drop from here to drop. Okay, so looking out from all indication, guys, you can't say that this massive move can only be corrected by just this thing. No, it's too small, so and it's too short. So what we're expecting is for this market to come up at this point, then drop again and start dropping. So this is just what we're expecting. So we'll be waiting for a sell at this point. All right, but if you know how to navigate your ways, we can actually get some buys from here to this point, and from here we'll be looking for a sell. So that's what we can see. All right, so let's take a look on the oil. The last but not the least, guys, let's take a look on the oil, the crude oil. All right, so looking at these guys there, what can you see? I just want you to, like, on the comment section, guys, tell me what is your bias on some of these pairs. You see, remember one thing that is certain: smart money doesn't just chase candle. They position themselves, you know, quietly before the explosion. All right, so that's why you need to watch out for these levels that we are mapping out for. Don't fall into the trap of reacting emotionally, okay, to news. Let the chart confirm what the market already knows. This is very vital, okay? It's very vital. Let the chart confirm, because this is the footprints of what is happening in the market. The footprints, everything that happens here. You can see an impulse, you see a correction, you see an impulse, okay? And at the end, what happened? The next move. So this is an impulse, this is a correction, this is an impulse. So this wave is completed, guys. So what next? What next? For all indication, you can see the market has actually broken this trend. So what we're expecting, a 3-wave move here, and then we go. So this is the move that we will be waiting for on the crude oil. So watch out for this, but it's not completed yet. This correction, we just need to wait for it. Conservatively, you can just put a buy stop at this point. This will be a massive one. Buy stop at 67.051. Okay, because if it's pushing high with a high momentum, remember, this is gold, this is crude oil, guy. Anything can happen. Look at this, how this wave plays out. Boom, and it drops. So something like this can happen. Boom, and it goes. All right, so we just watch out for something like this to happen, and that is what we are expecting for this week, guys. Now, if you like this kind of analysis, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow us, and don't forget to share this video, guys. Now we are on TikTok, okay, and if you are watching on TikTok, follow for more. Opportunities are never lost. Someone else will take the ones you miss. So for you not to be missing some of these opportunities, you need to learn how to trade for yourself. So anytime you wake up, you can scan through the market and take action based on what you know. All right, so that is why we are beckoning on you to join our Telegram group, beckoning on you to learn how to trade using wave analysis, okay, because the market is a mirror. It reflects your discipline and not your dream. All right, guys, so I wish you the best. I wish you a successful week ahead. If you have any question, drop it on the comment section or chat us privately. We are glad to help you navigate these markets successfully. Thank you and see you in the next episode.